On August 31st, I was in a bicycle accident on Brooks Bridge. I was riding down the bridge and apparently flipped over my bike, ended on my back, and some people tried to put me up. I fell forward into the concrete, busting my teeth right there, and I busted my face up pretty good too. I do not remember the accident, and the next thing that I remember was when I got to the hospital, the doctor was yelling at me that I could walk and apparently wanted me to leave, and I was trying to stress to him that I could not move, that something was very, very wrong with me, and he didn't want to listen anyway. So I remember, I don't remember a lot about my first visit to the hospital other than the doctor had two officers put their hands up underneath my arms and drug me out of the hospital like a rag doll, and put me in a cab. And the officers told the cab driver that if I refused to get out of the cab, just to roll me out of the cab onto the curb. So after they manhandled me very badly, drugged me out of the hospital, put me into the cab, and then the cab drove as close to my home as it could. And then the cab driver picked me up like a baby and put me on the concrete and then proceeded to leave. I sat crying and yelling and screaming as loud as I could on the concrete, trying to get somebody to help me. And I just kept yelling, help me, and but I couldn't move, and or do anything, and the pavement was very hot, and I was just in excruciating pain. So then I guess the cab driver at least had some kind of conscience, because he came back. I'm wanting to say it was like an hour I was laying there. I believe I passed out from the pain and everything, because I don't remember how I got back to the hospital. I remember hearing voices and a lot of people around me, and then the next thing that I remember, they had taken me back to the hospital, because the next thing that I remember was I woke up and I was just in excruciating pain. They had put a sheet over me, and it felt like a zillion billion needles just throughout my whole body. And I don't remember my first couple of days at the hospital. They had put me in ICU whenever they brought me back. And I don't remember my first couple of days at all. I remember waking up and freaking out because I couldn't move anything, and I didn't understand why couldn't I move anything, and it just was very, very scary. And ever since then, I've been, at the hospital. It's now 9/24/2014. I've been here since the 31st. I had surgery done the day before yesterday on my spinal cord. It seems to have been successful, but my problem is that the first time I came to the hospital, I was very wronged. What the doctor did to me was completely inhumane, and to have officers manhandle me, throw me in a cab, and then throw me, onto concrete when I'm paralyzed. Just very inhumane. And I believe that that doctor caused me a lot more damage than what I would have had, because he failed to diagnose me properly, and because he basically judged me, threw me on the curb like some kind of garbage, and I did not get the proper care that I needed. Anyway, this is my statement. My name is Tiffany McKenna, and I'm at Fort Walton Beach Medical Center. After they brought me back to the hospital, I've been treated a lot better. I don't want this doctor doing this to anyone ever again. I feel like it was very inhumane what he did, and I am very traumatized because of it. I have serious trust issues now, and I have nightmares, and I just don't want this happening to anyone again, because it was inhumane what this doctor did, and he did hurt me, I believe, a lot worse than what I would have been had he have just taken the time, or at least listened to me when I told him something was very wrong. But something needs to be done just so that this does not happen to anyone else. Thank you.